I just got off a call with the governor. The governor's already requested aid from FEMA. We already have a grant from FEMA, but we are anticipating compile the information to ask for the maximum support within about 30 minutes.
I know it's early to talk about the aid element. Mayor Lisa Brown joining us here. We'll continue to follow this for you, Sean. I'm going to send it back to you. But like I was saying, I spoke with Senator Campbell's office, and I've spoken with Congressman Baumgartner, now the mayor, all saying that support and help is on the way. Please listen to those evacuations.
The governor's already requested aid from FEMA. We already have a grant from FEMA.
All right, let's take you to Rosemary Wright.
Compile the information to ask for the maximum support from the federal level as well.
Where are you?
Mayor, thank you. I appreciate it. Mayor Lisa Brown joining us here. We'll continue to follow.
Sean, I'm here at the Autumn Lane fire where we are watching the flames just absolutely take over and swallow up the horizon. We could actually see some flames licking up on the hillside behind me. You can hear they've got aircraft responding as well. Licking up on the hillside behind me. One chopper and at least one fixed wing. That fixed wing appears to be dropping retardant onto the fire, whereas this helicopter is actually dipping into some water nearby and dropping it. The size of this fire. This is Spokane County Fire District 9's fire. The spokesperson for Fire District 9 tells me he is actively evacuating people at a different fire right now. So still waiting for information on as well as acreage. It is just growing and growing. It took us about 30 minutes to actually drive in. And during that time, we just watched this absolutely fill the sky. The area that I am in has homes as well as farmland. There are cows maybe 50 feet away from me. Black smoke licking up into the sky and no end in sight. It is very windy out here and no end in sight. It is very windy out here. It is hot out here, Sean. And it is dry as well. Night ahead here at the really fire. I know that it's one of several actively burning I know that it's one of several actively Sean, this is going to be one to watch. Across Spokane County. And Sean, this is going to be one to watch.
All right, Rosemary Wright there, Autumn Lane fire. This is just all right, Rosemary Wright there, Autumn Lane fire. This is just in the area of Rosemary. I'll let you get some more information. We will check back. Rosemary, I'll let you get some more information. We will check back to Rosemary there. Let's bring in Tori Smith, who's at the Fairview fire. Let's bring in Tori Smith, who's at the Fairview fire. Short amount of time. Really, doubled in size. There, Tori, what do you know right now? There are evacuations there. Tori, what do you know right now?
Right around 5 p.m., we were at 300 acres. Right around 5 p.m., we were at 300 acres. 700 acres. I actually spoke with one of the residents 700 acres. I actually spoke with one of the residents and he said he watched his home and 50 acres of land completely burned to the ground. And 50 acres of land completely burned to the ground. He says that they got out safely, which of course is the good news, they got out safely. It is just tragic to hear that somebody had to watch their home burn to the ground, and that is the story for several of people across the inland Northwest for today. So here is a look at what's going on right now. We have crews on scene. Several helicopters have been doing water drops. We have, again, 700 acres burning right now for the Fairview fire. And Sean will have the latest updates for the evacuation center. There was a little bit of confusion on where that center was set up. Here's some of the crews that are still driving in and out of the area. We're seeing homes that have been evacuated right now. So all these homes you're seeing have been evacuated. This is the evacuation zone. And several crews, again, on scene. Lots of crews actively trying to put out these flames. But that's the latest updates from here, Sean.
All right, Tori Smith from the Fairview fire is in the Meade area, and we can tell you, as you look at the evacuation map, it is widespread, and it grew throughout the afternoon into the early evening. I want to pull that up for you once again. The Old Trails fire originated along the West Plains and Airway Heights near Grove Road. It then spread by the winds, driving it to the north and to the east, and then expanded that evacuation zone. These are level 3 evacuations. We can tell you there is destruction after it jumped the river. There is destruction in Indian Trail, and then evacuations up to the 5-mile prairie as far as the level of destruction. That is unclear right now, but I fear the worst. It is not a good scenario. And then the Fairview fire to the right, there's level 3 evacuations there, and then up to the north and to the west. Top of your screen, that's the Autumn Lane fire that Rosemary just showed you, a major firefight there as well. But there are going to be homes gone when we are all said and done. So many of you messaging us and saying you evacuated, you hope you have a home to come back to, and we certainly do too, but unfortunately, some of you won't. That is just the reality of this fire. It is destructive, it is indiscriminate, it is driven by winds, and it is cutting a path through our area of the likes of situation we have not seen here, at least in some time. We are in touch with city officials. You just heard live Bradley Warren with the mayor. You heard the governor about 40 minutes ago, as well as the commissioner of public lands. They understand the deep threat this is to the community and the destruction it has already caused. They're mobilizing resources to the level of what those resources will be and how widespread that will shake out here over the next couple of hours. About an hour from now, there's an emergency meeting called by the Spokane County Commissioners where they, I would imagine, are going to conversate about declaring a state of emergency, likely to happen based on what we're seeing in the widespread damage that we have right now. If you are looking to evacuate, SFCC is a location for you. If you have animals, Spokane County Fairgrounds. You just heard the mayor live breaking on KHQ, Nonstop Local KHQ, that the convention center is in play now as an evacuation site. It's massive in size. That gives you a perspective of how bad this is and the situation that they're evaluating up to the minute in real time. There is a coordination of efforts between civic leaders, and the convention center sounds likely to be opened, but they have not confirmed that yet. They said stay tuned. They'll make that announcement as soon as they are able. The scene is grim. It's not good. Homes are lost. You are evacuated. Hopefully you have somewhere to go. If you're concerned about family members and friends, there are a number of power outages as well. As you look at video from earlier today into the evening, and it was really those winds, as Leslie outlined, as we saw in the 4 to 5 o'clock hour. That fire had moved to the north and the east of the West Plains, Airway Heights. That put it into the forested area, deep forested area of Riverside State Park. They do, they winnow those trees and try to reduce the fire threat. But when you have Riverside State Park, which is the largest state park in Washington State, there is a tremendous amount of timber in there, dry brush, and that was literally just fuel for the event that unfolded today and continues to unfold tonight. There are all hands on deck from fire crews on the front lines trying to battle back against this fire, which is a massive load, a massive lift, a massive fight for them right now. As we get updates from fire crews, we will give those to you in real time. But right now, let's bring Leslie back in. And Leslie, you said obviously 0 rain in the forecast. That's not good, and the winds seem to be persistent.
Yeah, they're persistent, and they're exactly what we're expecting. This is the strongest part of what we'll expect wind-wise as we head through the next couple of hours or so. I want to get to our fire map because I'll zoom in, and we've got, again, the Old Trails fire, the Fairview, and the Autumn fire, but a new one has popped up for me. I don't have much information on that. Again, it is just, again, south of, I believe it's the Fairview fire. It's called the Market Fire is what's showing up there on my map. It's about 3 acres. Again, I don't have much information on that. I'll continue to work to get more information on that. We've been following this very closely. Of course, it's the heat, the oxygen, the fuel, everything that we've been following over the last several days with that fire weather watch that has been in place, now upgraded. Course, to a red flag warning. It will be in play throughout tonight. Wind speed, such a big player when we're talking about fires and the rapid spread of wildfires. We're at 25 miles per hour as far as wind speeds go here in Spokane. And then for areas over in North Idaho, about 19 miles per hour. Wind direction, also a huge player. You heard Tori talking about that. Again, winds coming in from the west to south. The west. That means it's pushing these fires, these flames to the north, and going to make things difficult for those fire crews that are out there. Winds much lighter for our friends over in North Idaho right now, but again, seeing current wind gusts at 34 miles per hour. And as we head overnight tonight, we'll watch those winds come down a bit, but it is still going to be breezy as we head into your Sunday. It is still going to be dry with relative humidity levels hovering around that 20 to 30% mark. And that's what we're seeing out there right now. We're at 23% relative humidity levels for both Spokane, the Spokane Valley, Coeur d'Alene, you're at 25%. That tells us how dry the air is. And I don't even know if we all need a reminder of that. We have not seen any measurable rain in quite some time. Temperatures coming down a bit, and we'll continue to watch those temperatures drop as we head into the evening hours. But we are currently sitting right there in the upper 70s in Spokane. We've got low 80s into North Idaho, and continue with those 80-degree temperatures for Lewiston over towards the Tri-Cities. Regardless, these are dangerous conditions that we are seeing. A reminder again that we are under that red flag warning. It was upgraded yesterday from a fire weather watch to a red flag warning. And we have a new warning that is in place. It is one that we have not seen here before. It is so new for us that we don't even have it in our system. It is a fire warning for Spokane metro area extending again up to the north. A fire warning is in place. It is issued by the National Weather Service, from what I understand, with information they get from the USGS. So we're following that very closely. What that means is that we have just got critical fire conditions out there, explosive, which is why National Weather Service issued our very first PDS, particularly dangerous situation. I want to remind you to please no lit materials thrown out your window. Right now. So Sean, I'll send it back over to you for now. I'm going to work on seeing timing of winds coming down. Sometimes, not sometimes, all the time within fires, especially large ones. We're watching as these fires make their own weather patterns.
Yeah, that's not a good scenario. All right, Leslie, thank you. And we do want to welcome all listeners of Spokane Public Radio or SPR News. Let's just give you a big picture reset. As we are now past 7 o'clock, we've been on the air here for the last 4 hours. For all of you that are listening, we have 3 major fires burning right now. The Old Trails Fire, the largest, about 2,300 acres at last report, started in the West Plains, burned through Riverside State Park, jumped the river, burning homes in Indian Trail, 5 Mile Prairie evacuated. The Autumn Lane Fire up in the Suncrest area, more than 200 acres in size, a large plume of smoke visible from that area. And the Fairview Fire, there are level 3 evacuations there at last report. That is about 700 acres in.
Grab it now. Prices go up August 10th.
Acres in size. Our breaking coverage on this massive fire event continues in our 7 o'clock hour. That is where we're at right now. About 58,000 Avista customers in Spokane alone without power right now. We will walk you through in real time the information as we get it. There's a coordination.
Hi, Sean. Still here at the Autumn Lanes fire burning near 9 Mile Falls. Again, an absolutely massive smoke plume forming here and swallowing up the horizon. We have been watching very dark smoke lick up from this hillside. We've also got aircraft helping fight this fire. There's a chopper that you should be seeing right now. We've watched it make about a half a dozen water drops just over the last 10 minutes here. So fire crews working very, very hard. We've seen a few different people with their cars loaded up, evacuating, coming down this road. Some of them pulling off, asking us, do you have information on this fire or that fire burning on the other side of the county, right? This is something that is in fact impacting our entire community. So you've got people here evacuating this fire, asking about their loved ones in the Fairview or Old Trails fires happening on the other side of town, right? Still waiting for information on acreage as well as number of structures threatened. I can tell you that there's lots of farmhouses here, farmland, livestock too. So a lot at risk with these flames not too far away. The spokesperson for Fire District 9 tells me he's actively evacuating people in that Old Trails fire. So he's occupied right now. We have been communicating though. Again, I'll be updating you as I find out more information, but I can tell you it is hot here. It is dry here. It is very, very breezy, but we do have fire crews working very hard right now, Sean.
All right, Rosemary, that's a perspective, a new perspective from that location and the Autumn Lane Fire and Suncrest area to the north and to the west of it. Rosemary, thank you. Let's take you to the Fairview Fire, and Tori Smith standing by with the latest information from the fire lines there. Tori.
Hi, Sean. We are at the Fairview Fire that is now 700 acres in size. I am currently on North Fairview Road, where we are seeing billowing smoke coming from some of the residential areas in this region. That is the flames that you are seeing right there, and the billowing black smoke coming from, again, some of those residential areas. I did speak with a couple of the residents that came out of the Fairview Fire, and they said they unfortunately watched their home burn down to the ground. We're still seeing multiple fire crews responding. We're also seeing dozers start to be moving into this area. And again, billowing smoke across this area. We are seeing level 3 evacuations in place from East Peon Road all the way over to into North Doak Road and into North Bruce Road. These are some of the areas that are currently under level 3 evacuations. This goes to East Piper Road, into East Moffat Road, and all the way over into East Bigelow Gulch Road. Not quite under a level 3 evacuation, but that is the direction that we are looking for this fire to continue to spread. Lots of fire personnel here, as well as aircraft crews trying to put out this fire. Sean, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Tori Smith there on the Fairview Fire. Let's take a close look at the Old Trail Fire. We'll show you some live pictures, and we'll show you some video. 2,300 acres. It's in the heart of Riverside State Park, which is the second largest state park in Washington State, Mount Spokane, obviously being the largest. The smoke plume, if you look at this, this is encouraging. It does look a little bit better, but it is still ominous nonetheless along the horizon. And we are, I don't know, an hour, 15 minutes, maybe a little longer away from sunset, where they will be right there in the middle of it, fighting this fire in nightfall, which is very dangerous for these fire crews. We so appreciate deeply them putting themselves in harm's way to try and protect what they can. But we know homes are lost. We know there's been some fire damage on the structural integrity of Dwight Merkle sports complex there. The extent of that, we don't know. We're trying to send a reporter there to give you a closer look at that. Bradley is actually heading to Dwight Merkle, so we will take you to Bradley when he arrives there. Obviously, he showed you 5 Mile, then he interviewed Mayor Brown. Appreciate his hustle. And basically what we're trying to do is just give you a real-time view of what is happening, and the perspective of how hard this has hit our community is absolutely breaks my heart being from Spokane. This is just tragic on a level that we have rarely seen around here. We've had our shares of tragedies. The best part about our community is we band together in these. So if you have family or friends that are evacuated, I'm sure you don't need to hear it from me. You've already reached out. That's what we do around here. We rally around each other no matter what in tough times, and that is exactly what we are going through right now. And I have a feeling it's going to be profoundly deeper of destruction before we come out of this, and when we get an idea of how much that fire has done and how destructive it has been. The governor held a news conference with other leaders, including Commissioner of Public Lands, about a little under an hour ago. Here's a portion of what he had to say.
We appreciate that this is an extremely difficult situation for many Washingtonians. I want them to know we're doing everything we can to get resources out as quickly as possible. We have been anticipating a situation like this. We've been mobilizing for some time, but want Washingtonians to know we're doing everything we can to get help to multiple locations throughout the state.
All right, and I also, a short time ago, about 90 minutes to 2 hours ago, spoke with Erin Hutt from the city. This is what she had to say.
The situation is really changing fast and moment by moment. The city has activated our Emergency Operations Center. So that means that we have representatives from police and fire, some of our county partners, all here in one place so that we're coordinating as efficiently as possible. We have been in contact with the governor's office. We've also been in touch with DNR and our various partners at the statewide level, just coordinating what kind of response we can with what's available.
Are there any conversations of a news conference with officials once it can be coordinated? Obviously, we're in the beginning stages of this firefight.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're looking to disseminate that information as quickly as possible at this point until we're able to provide a press conference. We ask that members of the public, our media partners, keep close eye on our official social media channels. That's where we'll be sending the latest updates.
With the city of Spokane, and also before that you heard from the governor. Also, the stage is set. Going into the night, there's a lot of work to be done. The firefighters are on the front lines, and city and county officials are in coordination, having conversations right now. There's a meeting at 8 o'clock. Spokane County Commissioners highly expected they're going to declare a state of emergency for our beautiful and beloved inland Northwest. It is hard to believe the destruction and the damage we've seen over the last 4 to 5 hours. If you're from here, this hits you so deeply hard. This is our community. This is what we love and we cherish every single day. It's just heartbreaking to watch this. It's heartbreaking to report it to you tonight, but that's our job, to get you the clearest information in this emergency situation so you can act fast. And hopefully we save lives out there. If you are in that evacuation zone, if you've hesitated, don't anymore. There are shelters available where people will support you in this time. I know it's stressful and it's tough. Bradley Warren reported that he spoke to a woman who was 80 years old, just had her dog, and she just left her house and said, this is really scary. I can't imagine how deeply scared she was. That's a real situation, one of hundreds that are echoed through the area from the West Plains to Indian Trail to 5 Mile Prairie and beyond. So many communities impacted. Really, this is about our community right now. Haley Gunther was on Northwest Boulevard late this afternoon, talked to people that lived there for a long time, and they were scared.
Yeah, here along Northwest Boulevard, you can see huge plumes of smoke. The winds are whipping, flames continuing to pop up behind me, and neighbors, they are right on the fringe, at least for now, of those evacuation orders. But you can see that they are hosing down their homes, hosing down their property as they nervously watch what's next.
Just right here. We got people right here already starting to water down their stuff because they're worried. Never have I seen the fire this close and coming over the ridge like that. And it's devastating. Yes, you can see the flames.
This is a nuclear bomb going off in our neighborhoods, and it's not like forest fires because this is condensed into where it's demographically a lot of people. So it's really tragic.
You live on kind of the fringes of the evacuation orders.
Yes, we're ready to water our
Reporting there from Northwest Spokane. We just received an update from the Spokane County Sheriff's Office that Dwight Merkel complex has not burned, but there could be some structural damage there based on the picture that was sent to Leslie. We know something, the railing there, some fencing, something was burning in that picture, but as far as the integrity of the overall complex, we're told from the Sheriff's Office a short time ago that it is intact. Our Bradley Warren is heading there, and we will take you there as soon as he arrives and can show you firsthand what's happening at Dwight Merkel. Obviously, so much in that northwest area as you look alive at these pictures, and these are images you want to see. The fence line, fires burning. There's a home to the right of there, and then you can see the tree in the middle just burning. We've seen these images. Luckily, this tree is isolated here, but that fire is indiscriminate. It catches in that sagebrush and then elevates up into the trees. It will take that tree down before all is said and done. In fact, probably a matter of minutes from now. Let's take you to Rosemary Wright live. She's on up in the Suncrest area with the latest on the fire burning there. Hi, Rosemary.
Hi, Sean. Still tracking the Autumn Lane fire here not too far from 9 Mile Falls. Still seeing level 3 evacuations through Suncrest right now. And it's no surprise why this fire is an absolute monster. We've been watching this huge plume of smoke just swallow up the horizon, both big puffs of white smoke as well as those dark streaks of black smoke licking up too. Very, very windy here as well and dry. Lots of dry brush on the surrounding ground as this is farmland, right? So not only farmhouses here, but regular homes too and livestock all in a very, very small area that this fire has been creeping closer and closer to. Maybe over the last 10 minutes, the winds have shifted a little bit. We've started to see that smoke plume actually push a little bit further west before the darkest mass of smoke was on the east, on the same side as all of those other fires that we're seeing burning through the rest of Spokane County. On this road that I'm on, North Craig Road, we've watched several families with their homes totally packed into their vehicles trying to evacuate. We've seen Spokane Valley authorities also moving through here, going home to home, telling people it's time to leave. Again, level 3 evacuation orders in place for many neighborhoods here. Still really hot out here as well. Closely tracking what's set to happen next with this fire. And again, I'll provide any updates that I'm able to get in terms of acreage, how many units we have responding, and more. Right now, I can tell you fire crews working very hard to fight the flames here. We've been watching aircraft dropping retardant as well as a chopper actually dropping water from a nearby waterway, dipping and then dropping that moisture directly onto the source of the flames. It's certainly appreciated as, again, I don't know yet how many structures are threatened, but there are homes right here, Sean.
All right, thanks very much, Rosemary Wright. We understand there is a news briefing right now with Guy Gifford, obviously longtime DNR representative. Let's listen in.
Up in the air, helping support those on-the-ground firefighters. There are many homes are currently under evacuations. People encouraged check that Spokane County Emergency Management site to keep updated on evacuation notices. And there have been a report of numerous structures in the state to help support this fire.
All right, Guy Gifford right there from DNR, and we want to thank him so much. It looks like we lost his mic there again. It's a bit breezy out there. I want to get a look at our power outages because we're starting to Mile Falls and 9 Mile, 5 Mile, and as we head through the next 24 hours, this is going to be significant. So again, northwest. So wind speeds and wind direction, incredibly important when we're talking about wildfires. Winds coming in from the west, southwest, and this evening. So please, I'll remind you, avoid anything that could create a spark. It is so dry out there with relative humidity levels still sitting right there within the mid-20s in Spokane, as well as up towards the Spokane Valley. Temperatures, like I said, we're sitting in the upper 70s. They will slowly come down as we head overnight tonight. We have a fire warning. It is so brand new that we don't even have it in the system at this point. That again tells us how critical these conditions are. There are your reminders. Don't park on dry brush. No lit materials out the window as you are traveling. Again, you want to stay away from using any kind of power tools, and please pay close attention to all of the burn bans that are currently in place. I just had a message. Please tell us what the air quality is. So here's your information, and I apologize that I'm just now getting this out to you. We're still seeing air quality numbers that are within that moderate category. That is all areas shaded in yellow, but that smoke is blowing again north and east. So the pockets that you're seeing up across the northern mountains over towards the panhandle, shaded in red and in orange, this is where we're seeing air quality numbers that are within the unhealthy to unhealthy for sensitive groups. We've also got a pretty dense pocket of smoke down towards the basin into the northeast mountains of Oregon. That means if you've got any kind of breathing concerns, you've got to limit your time outside. I want to talk about those winds quickly because, like I said, they will die down a bit as we head overnight tonight. However, we are still going to see some breezy conditions and temperatures. Again, they're going to cool down. That'll give some relief, again, to all the emergency personnel, the firefighters on the front line. Tomorrow, mid-70s, but we do climb back up into the 90s by, again, this next week. So critical fire danger does just continue. Sean?
All right, Leslie, it's just tough.
This is tough.
This is really hard.
We look at each other and this is difficult. This is one of those days. It's really hard to be here. It's really hard to watch our neighbors go through this.
And it's so many. It's so widespread.
It's so widespread.
Us is pretty significant. So we're just up against now around us is pretty significant. So we're just up against now the VA center, and we know that the VA has been evacuated to Shadle Park High School, so the patients there are safe right now.
Supporting those firefighters with those air resources. We've been reported several structures have been involved during the fire, and of course there's been numerous areas of this city are currently under evacuation.
Okay, can you tell us from how far away in the state or multiple states these mutual aid crews have come?
First, the local resources all supporting it from the local county as well as from both sides of the mountains. Unsure of which specific agency they come from, but they come from all over the state to support them. The firefighters just do that all the time.
Can you explain the aircraft that are in the air fighting the fire? We've got numerous types I've seen.
We have numerous types. One, we have those scoopers. They scoop water, scoop out of the lakes and drop on the fire, and we also have those large and very large air tankers. They land and fill it with that red stuff we call retardant and put that on the fire.
You mentioned a number of structures are involved here. Can you confirm whether any of these are homes?
We haven't heard whether they're homes or outbuildings yet.
Okay. And everybody has been hearing, and we've confirmed with authorities, that it jumped the river, went into Spokane. Do we know at what point or what area it jumped the river?
No, I don't know where it is, where it jumped the river at or when.
Okay. Can you explain to us the plan of attack for the rest of the evening and the night?
The main plan of the firefighters is to continue focusing on first priority is life and then protecting structures. That'll be the plan for the night.
Okay. And have you had to divide crews out, because we know there's a number of there's at least 2 other fires in the area as well?
Resources are allocated by, resources are often allocated different fires. So yeah, there's many different fires and resources being allocated them as appropriately.
And you were mentioning that a command team is coming in from out of state.
Yeah, what we have is what we call an incident management team. We have in-state management teams, but most of them are already on those large fires. So we have one coming in from California to help us manage this fire as it manages fire today and tomorrow and the future.
Okay. Well, right before I let you go, what would your main message be to all of the viewers out there?
Key thing is pay attention to the evacuation notices. If you're in an evacuation area, evacuate. Spokane DEM is the best place to keep updated on those evacuation notices.
Okay. And Guy, if you can hold on one moment, Sean Owsley, our anchor, has a question as well. Sean, what do you want to ask?
Well, Heidi, I appreciate the live interview. I appreciate Guy's time. I've known Guy for 2+ decades. This is what he does. Specifically, ask him about the Indian Trail neighborhood, because we hear a number of homes have been lost. What has he heard specifically along Indian Trail and the number of homes lost?
Okay. Sean is asking about the specific Indian Trail neighborhood. Our viewers and our newsroom has been hearing that there's a number of homes lost there. What can you explain is happening in the specific Indian Trails neighborhood?
I don't know what's specifically happening in Indian Trail. I just know the firefighters are in all areas of the fire focusing on life and structure protection.
Okay. All right. Guy Gifford with the Department of Natural Resources, thank you so much. I won't leave this area. I'll stay at the Incident Command Post, Sean and Leslie. I'll let Guy go and collect some more information, but we'll be staying here, and we'll check back with you in just a little bit. Reporting outside of the Old Charles Fire, I'm Heidi Miley, Nonstop Local.
Heidi, I appreciate that, and Guy Gifford, always appreciate his time. Let's take you back to Bradley Warren. And Bradley, when you were driving north on Northwest Boulevard, coming there to the intersection with Wellesley, the VA Medical Center, and you turned your camera around, that's the first time we've seen that close to the VA Medical Center there. Obviously, Dwight Merkel, a complex, which we heard there are some structural burns there, but it is reportedly overall intact, according to the sheriff's office. But let's go to Bradley now, who has gotten out of his vehicle. And Bradley, your images of this first time we've seen this close to the VA, this first time we've seen this close to Dwight Merkel. I'm just going to give you as much time as you need to explain what you're seeing and what you're dealing with.
Yeah, Sean, so we are just down the road. We went through open streets into the area here near Northwest Boulevard. And I want to walk over here. I do not know what's going on. It does look like crews are working right now to battle something. Of course, obviously the fire is spreading through trees right now, and we're in heavy smoke. If you look just over my shoulder, you can see the smoke coming up behind us. So this would be sort of the back end near the lower portion of Northwest Boulevard with the view, of course, of the hillside behind us. But this is our first time sort of being in this area today, and it does look like we've got crews stowed from the VA center, and you can see the thick and heavy smoke here that crews are working with as they are battling this fire. And, you know, Sean, you and Leslie were talking about what it could be comparable to. You know, I've lived here my whole life, just like you guys have, and I think the only thing that I could sort of mirror this experience to would be Malden. I was in Malden when that situation started, and then was there through the town, unfortunately burning to the ground. I don't want to say that that's what's going to happen here. I just want to give perspective. You have fire all around you. You've got, you know, debris in the wind, you've got heavy wind, you've got smoke everywhere, you've got this haze in the sky, you know, the clouds are orange. That is what this reminds me of, is that situation. And there's no getting around that this is obviously not fun for anybody. I'm sorry for the people who are going through it. This is uncomfortable, and it's not fun, for sure. Right now, though, these fire crews, they are doing great work, and we're so appreciative to them. I was just speaking with Mayor Lisa Brown, who told me that crews are responding from multiple states and from across the region. While I was driving over here, I saw a Whitman County fire truck with a Whitman logo on the side. So we're getting mutual aid right now that is responding from across the board, and the state apparatus has been mobilized to help and service this fire. But this is probably, Sean, the closest we're going to get to the Dwight Merkel area, just given that the evacuation orders are prohibiting any forward movement on Northwest Boulevard, and we want to respect those. Again, we're in an area that was opened, and we don't want to progress any further, just given that these crews do need the space to work. But you can see this black cloud of smoke over the trees here, and the wind blows, and you just see that pick up. I mean, that is what the crews are dealing with right now. The wind is just not on their side, and it is not assisting, and it's just the smoke in this area is just very thick. So a less than ideal situation. The VA center, Sean, to your point, is fine. It is okay, but of course everyone was evacuated out of an abundance of caution for the obvious reason.
Thank you for that reporting. All right, I want to show you some new video into the Nonstop Local KHQ newsroom, and as we said, when all is said and done, there are going to be a number of homes that are no more, burned through by this major fire. 3 fires burning, the Old Trails fire. This video here, Spokane County, this sent in to us from Jennifer, and you can see that fire burning structures. This is right in the middle of a neighborhood. This is not what we expect to see. This is our reality tonight. Another piece of video for you. This is near Riverside State Park. A man lost his home on Bridget, and you can see this is a different perspective right now of just how widespread that fire was. His home was on Bridget. It abutted right up to Riverside State Park, and we're told that home is now gone, simply destroyed by this fire. So we're getting new videos in, and it's a pretty ominous scene right now. And then take a look at this video here. This is out where Tori is reporting from in the Fairview area, and burning in the tree lines here, the fence lines. You see a tremendous amount of overgrown sagebrush. In fact, let's continue our breaking coverage with Tori Smith, who is near where you're looking at that video. Hi, Tori.
Hi, Sean. As of now, this fire has been updated from Spokane County Fire District 9 to 500 acres instead of 700 acres. I want to show you the scene right now. We have multiple fire crews on site. We're also seeing a flame line going on as well. If we zoom in to one of the fire trucks, there was an entire tree engulfed in flames. Looks like as of the past about 5 minutes, that tree has now been put out, but you can't see any more of beyond that. That's because the smoke is just continuously billowing in that area. I'm going to redirect you now to some of the flames that we see heading down the field here. We are still seeing an entire area, almost an entire field, just engulfed in flames. Beyond that is going to be the charred ground from these flames. Lots of homes have been lost here. It is just heartbreaking to see. We're still, again, 500 acres, and you can actually see this line is closer towards those power lines. This area has a power outage that has been scheduled from Avista. So this area currently without power, so these power lines shouldn't be affected from these flames. So we'll keep you updated with the latest here from the Fairview fire. For now, live in Spokane, Tori Smith, Nonstop Local.
Tori, thank you. Let's head to Northwest Spokane, or SFCC. We have some brand new information coming in from that location. Checking back in with anchor Corey Howard.
Yeah, Sean, I was just able to confirm with the Red Cross that this center here at Spokane Falls Community College is being shut down, and they are moving operations into downtown Spokane to the Spokane Convention Center. That will be the main evacuation center, a shelter for people to stay who have been evacuated from their homes. For hours now, it's been here at Spokane Falls Community College, but what happened was, according to Red Cross, they told me that the power went out here. The generator here at the college doesn't have sufficient power to power all the resources that they need for the people who've been evacuated. There's a lot of people here with medical issues. They need the sufficient power to power devices to keep everyone here safe and healthy. So again, Red Cross just confirming with me that the evacuation center, the shelter, will now be moved from Spokane Falls Community College down to the Spokane Convention Center. Of course, the challenge now is there are, I would estimate, I asked Red Cross specifically how many people are actually here at the Spokane Falls Community Center. College. They didn't actually know a specific number, but just looking around, judging from the people out here on the lawn inside the gymnasium, you're looking at moving hundreds of people down to the convention center. So now the focus turns to how is that going to happen? It's not exactly clear yet, but if you are watching this and you do need a place to go, if you've been evacuated from those fires, the Spokane Convention Center will now be the main evacuation shelter for the Red Cross, Sean.
Some brand new information from our Corey Howard. The SFCC shelter is closing. That's been open for several hours now. They are redirecting everybody to the much larger facility, the Spokane Convention Center. Details and specifics from city officials in real time as they come in. Let's take you back up north and west of Suncrest. The Autumn Lane fire is burning there, and this is a major firefight in itself outside of the Old Trails fire. Rosemary Wright live.
Hi, Sean. Yes, tracking this Autumn Lane fire, and it's not good news. Spokane County Fire District 9 tells me their latest estimate, 500 acres burned. They have reports that the fire has fully jumped into Suncrest. Now, this fire is burning along both Spokane and Stevens County. It's really on the borderline. That last update from Stevens County Emergency Management was hillside. We've also seen very dark flames licking up and people with their homes fully packed into their cars, evacuating. One man just pulled over and spoke to us. He says, my son's home is down there and I can see the fire creeping onto his property. He was telling us this was the dream home. Now that dream home might be gone. And again, we're just seeing these dark homes fully packed into their cars.
Which is incredibly difficult. I guess the plus side to that would be that we are expecting winds to come down a bit, and we are expecting those temperatures to come down a bit as well. I want to show you the plumes of smoke from space. On that as well. It looks like it's North Hilliard area. Now the wind direction as well as the wind speed play such a huge role.
Valley Engine 8, you can cancel.
Channel Fire Ops 11.
Cancel, thank you.
Last unit on that remain free. Go again with your traffic.
First 13-3 is en route to Old Trails Fire.
Copy, brush 13-3 en route to
Valley Engine 10, this is an adult family home.
Is going to be
90-year-old male with abnormal breathing and feeling shaky. Hail and diaphragmatic. You'll have 127 from mission on out.
Valley Engine 10, copy.
Command from Operations from Command. Operations from Command. Division Zulu Operations Command. Command from Houston. Delta Zulu. Be advised, going to be bringing
Engage 1 second service. Base care to AMR.
Extending to the east.
Station care to AMR.
Command Engage 1 in.
Copy.
Dispatch, Tribe Command. Tribe Command.
Command terminated 1 to Sacred Heart with AMR. Airheads engine 2 back in.
1 to Sacred Heart with AMR. Airheads engine 2 back in. Go ahead.
Looks like we may have air support inbound.
Operation. That's good news. We also have support unit 1 here at the Nom Nom on 9 Mile and Royal. We have an estimated to about 130, 140 people. Here, fellas, we have an order in as soon as we can get them here. Mile 0600. Engine 3 from Brunson. Okay, yeah, we got you. Something needs to be done up there. Already on order. We're just coming across more stuff that needs to get hit. We're going to get it right here, and then we'll continue down Royal. Copy, it's going to be the house just to the south of us. Indian Division from Houston branch.
Go ahead, Houston.
Yeah, did you copy? We do have food at Nom Nom now.
Dispatch, water tender 47.
Come down and pick up for your cruise.
Water tender 47, go ahead. Yeah, copy that. I'll be en route to that Fairview Fire.
DRU-1 from
water tender 47 en route.
Go ahead, DRU-1. Can you come to Nom Nom, please?
Copy that.
Good.
Second alarm
Division India Operations Plan.
Operations go for India.
Do you have a good division break between yourself and Quebec?
Negative, not at this time. I'm at Indian Trail, up to 5 Mile, and
Pardon, Francis,
Strong, Gulf. Yeah, I'm trying to
command from
Indian Trail.
copy of this is
Quebec. He is on the other side of 9 Mile.
Yeah, currently we have 3 divisions on that northern flank, and then Quebec has everything from the river around to you, so it'd be nice to extend south if possible.
Yeah, I'm going to keep trying. Sounds like resources are breaking free in my location, so I'm going to keep trying to push back towards the heel.
Copy. Break Division Quebec. Operation.
Medic 1, patient from the lower parking lot, Delta call for 70 male call.
You have a proposed division break.
126.
Dispatch Valley, just 10 back in service. Could you show us ALS?
I don't at this point.
Medic 1, copy.
Any further
Challenge 10 back in service. Okay. You know, you've got a lot of geography there between the river and India, so we'll try and get you additional overhead.
Yeah, copy. And just for your awareness, fire at the golf course is fairly well contained by PD, but I'll take one of my task force.
Just confirming you're still on 2 cannons. Okay, 2 cannons. Thank you for the update. Copy. I'm going to bring some food and water your way. You want to have beer? You want to do it?
And then I got it.
Medic 1, Framer 126.
Managed debris from 17 Black Mountains at the shed. Clear off the Royal.
Operation.
Is that traffic for Medic 1?
I'm trying to clientele. I don't have very good service.
When you come into the parking lot, it'll be immediately on your right.
Copy. Do you need me to ring?
126, can you repeat?
We'll be first on the right when you get into the parking lot.
Medic 1, copy.
What's your location?
Spokane T4, fire dispatch, city primary.
We're leaving 9 Mile Road in Lyons.
I get the one you guys canceled.
We're headed to Victor to meet up with Engine 2.
Fairview Command. Dispatch.
Copy. Medic 1, copy. Thank you.
Medic 1 dispatch.
Driver,
Medic 1 dispatch, city primary.
Go ahead for Medic 1.
We're getting an illegal burn call at 2320 West 2nd Avenue. I have no resources downtown. Are you able to pop that direction and see if any assistance is needed?
That's affirmative. We'll head that way.
Dispatch, Alpha Squad 1. 47, 13-4, and 82. Thank you.
Dispatch, truck 4.
Go ahead.
Dispatch.
You can show us available on scene. We're stuck with station movement with AMR.
Copy available at scene.
The last train on Valley Primary, you're unreadable. Can you repeat?
Channel City Primary. Possible illegal burn.
Dispatch, Cal, Copy on scene. Calsville dispatch, go ahead.
Received with AMR. Calsville Squad 1 back in full service.
Stand by. Calsville Squad 1 back in service.
Alpha call. Spokane Cross 14, 2656 East 29th Avenue.
Acknowledge it, go ahead.
Primary. Unknown problem.
Please show us in service. I have no status lists.
I copy that.
Operations from India.
Operations.
Yeah, we have a division called Indian Trail Division.
442 go.
48, but can't.
You can show AM 4 for sure right now.
Copy on facility.
I have a Spokane engine 17 down in this Indian Trail back towards the 9 Mile working. You know who they're assigned to? Indian Division from Houston.
No, not sure on assignment. What was location again?
They are west of Indian Trail.
They on the left flank or the right flank?
Sorry, that'd be the south flank, right flank.
Okay, so they should be working in Division Quebec on DNR Common under Spokane Chief 1.
Copy, thank you. Indian from Houston.
Yeah, food's ready down here. They want to take off and go to another fire.
Copy that, just turn around to Francis.
Jeremy, as long as I get water supply, I can hold this over here with the booster. Command, operations. Operations command, go ahead. Division Alpha will take that strike team leader and the Type 1 engine. They can reach him on VTAC 13 and they can report to Old Trails and Newkirk.
Engine 2 from Houston.
Yeah, let me check with DNR. I think they just got bumped to the head with Nova Fire.
Go ahead, Francis. I got your food here. It's your truck. You want to meet me?
Truck 14, call you requesting a welfare check. Subject in a blue coat laying on the sidewalk. No contact made.
Or what's your location? Engine 2's apparatus.
Operations command. Confirm. Division Mike 301 on. Okay, copy. Yeah, go ahead. Were you trying to reach me on TAC? It was not going through.
resources sent in my way that aren't unstructured.
All my type 1s are committed on structures right now or pumping.
Okay, copy that. I'm going to have you take follow-up mark on road for me. Break that's going to be Stillman Road. If you can monitor those resources as you need to ship them my way.
Message received.
Copy.
Operations command. Operation.
If we can check with Division Alpha and see if around 2,200 hours we can break off engine 7405 to get them fed down to be an IA resource for tomorrow.
Copy, that was engine 740546.
7405. They're currently attached to that strike team that was assembled.
Okay, copy.
Operations Alpha. That's probably correct. That strike team went over to either India or Pulse.
Yeah, I actually show them currently assigned to Division India. Would you like them to continue with that plan to bed down at 2,200?
Yeah, that's good as long as India doesn't need them.
I think they need everybody they have currently, but it's a matter of priorities. We want them available tomorrow. And off the clock, I've told divisions to plan to push through night into today, tomorrow, given the imminent threat to life. Purview Command, Water Care Force.
Close that loop with India then.
Yeah, will do. Break Division India operations.
Houston branch from Conestoga Division.
Engine 7405.
I think I'm in a good spot to release engine 82 back to you.
Copy.
We're in the area of search, and we don't see anything obvious at this time. Unless you have any further information, you can try.
I think I walked on you, go again.
2,200.
Copy in the area, not seeing anything obvious. The description we had was just north of that intersection. Fire 1 foot away from a field of dead grass.
Copy. Yeah, we've searched the area, checked that particular location. We don't see anything.
First 17 driver. We got some increased activity. 2 houses to the north and the back here.
Copy that. I'm trying to extend it over there. That water supply.
Yeah, it's going to be just on the north side of that shed in the back.
Second alarm, working fire. Spokane Support Unit 1, East 19th Avenue and South Upper Terrace Road.
Why don't you save the rest of the water for me?
Fully structure fire.
Row 17 going towards that line.
massive facility is the Spokane Convention Center, where it can house a lot of people, and a lot of people need shelter tonight, and maybe a kind word from the person next to them and some water. Here's a live picture for you now of the Spokane Convention Center. The mayor agreeing to open this up in coordination with other officials. We also told you that there was an emergency meeting scheduled for 8 o'clock with the county commissioners about a state of emergency.
The world is unpredictable. Things like storms, pandemics, earthquakes, and wars are commonplace. Harvest Right has a product that can help protect your family and make your lives better. It's a home freeze dryer. With it, you can preserve your favorite meals, fruits and snacks, lasagna, raspberries,